More news on Red Bull's issues has been revealed. Lewis makes big statement on Ferrari's upgrades, and Spa's place in F1 is under threat. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Nico Rosberg recently confronted Verstappen during a Sky F1 interview, addressing the major topic of Christian Horner's sacking from Red Bull Racing.
You said Horner needs to go because you said Horner needs to go last year because he's going to destroy the team.
A year ago, so it's different. I have nothing to say, so it's fine.
Now you're quiet.
This controversial dismissal, which sent shockwaves through the motorsport community, came just 3 weeks ago, raising many questions about the influence of Team Verstappen in the decision. Horner's departure wasn't unexpected, especially considering the tumultuous climate at Red Bull over the past 18 months. Throughout this period, Verstappen had openly criticized Horner, calling for his resignation, and even warning that the team would explode if Horner remained in charge. This public outcry painted a vivid picture of the tension brewing within the organization. Former F1 driver Martin Brundle, who has been a vocal commentator on the incident, suggests that the Verstappen camp played a crucial role in this significant team shakeup. He noted that members of Team Verstappen had been delivering harsh criticisms towards Horner for quite some time, leading to their eventual victory in ousting him. Brundle remarked on the situation, saying, "What's absolutely clear is that the Verstappen camp have been lobbing in hand grenades for quite some months now, indicating that the ongoing pressure mounted by Verstappen had dramatically impacted the team's management dynamics." When Brundle had a moment to chat with Verstappen during a grid walk at the Belgian Grand Prix, he posed critical questions about the team's direction after Horner's sacking. Brundle phrased it as big changes in the team. "Are you and Max and everybody happy with where it's going so far?" Just's response was somewhat dismissive, indicating that as long as the changes work, he has no issues with the recent decisions made by Red Bull. However, Rosberg quickly interjected, pulling focus back to Jost's own past remarks, reminding him that just a year prior, he had insisted that Horner needed to go. Jost stood his ground, insisting that his views had shifted since then, saying it was all different now. This interview highlighted not just the politics within the Red Bull team, but also the impact of personal relationships and the evolving dynamics in motorsport. With Horner's exit still fresh, the motorsport world eagerly anticipates what this means for Red Bull's future and how it will affect Max Verstappen's racing career. What lies ahead for Christian Horner after his Red Bull exit remains to be seen. The story continues to unfold, and fans are left wondering how these developments will shape the team's direction and success in the coming seasons. As always, stay tuned to the latest updates from the world of Formula One, as changes like this could have lasting effects on the sport and its fiery rivalries. Nico Rosberg recently addressed the surprising departure of Christian Horner from Red Bull, stating, "Christian Horner is not here anymore, which is unthinkable. That's completely unreal." This highlights the unexpected nature of the situation and raises questions about the future dynamics within the team. The conversation then shifted to the ongoing speculation regarding whether Max Verstappen will remain at Red Bull for the 2026 season. There's a growing narrative that suggests Verstappen is heavily influenced by his father, Jos Verstappen, who has been seen as a key figure within the team. In fact, there are claims that Jos issued an ultimatum to Red Bull's leadership, stating that either Horner goes or they will consider moving to Mercedes. Martin Brundle weighed in, agreeing that Jos has effectively acted as a team principal since the start of the current season. He emphasized, "I've almost considered Jos as the team principal of Red Bull. It's become a one-driver team, and they've got to fix that." Such a shift in team dynamics can spell trouble for Red Bull if they do not address the growing concerns about their leadership structure. Brundle's remarks suggest a growing need for balance within the team, especially as the championship race heats up. The implications of having a singular focus on Verstappen can lead to discontent and possible departures if the situation is not managed carefully. As the Belgian Grand Prix unfolded, all eyes were on how these changes and strategical decisions would play out. Will Mercedes step in with a bold move in response to these developments? And how will Red Bull maneuver their next steps in this evolving landscape? Stay tuned as we keep an eye on this thrilling saga filled with drama and uncertainty, standard fare in the world of Formula One. The tension is rising in the McLaren camp as Oscar Piastri has pulled ahead of his teammate Lando Norris by 16 points following a thrilling victory at the Belgian Grand Prix. With the championship battle heating up, team principal Andrea Stella highlights 3 critical factors that could tip the scales in favor of either driver. First up, we have the importance of accuracy and precision. Both Piastri and Norris are incredible talents, racing at the highest level. Their skills on the track are nearly identical, but it's often the smallest mistakes that can lead to significant outcomes in the race. After a dominant performance from Piastri, it's clear that these factors will play a crucial role in shaping the remainder of the championship. The recent race saw Piastri not only taking the win, but also capitalizing on some missteps from Norris. Use. Starting from pole position, Norris seemed poised to extend his winning streak. But after a tricky rolling start and complications from the weather, the race took an unexpected turn. When the conditions finally improved, Piastri made a move that would seal his victory, leaving Norris trailing in second by 3.4 seconds. In this high-stakes environment, every pit stop and tire choice becomes magnified. During the race, both drivers opted for different tire compounds when they switched to slicks, a decision that would ultimately favor Piastri. While Norris dealt with tire issues and made 3 critical mistakes that hindered his progress, Piastri showcased his capability to maintain speed and composure under pressure. Stella emphasizes that it's the quality of execution that will separate these 2 fierce competitors. This element was evident in previous races, including a mishap at Silverstone, where a safety car restart led to a penalty for Piastri, costing him dearly. It's these variables that can drastically shift the championship dynamics. As we dive deeper into this exciting title contention, it becomes clear that Team McLaren is in an enviable position, with both drivers deserving of the World Championship title. However, as this thrilling battle progresses, the execution of strategies on race day will ultimately decide who takes home the crown. With only a handful of races left in the season, it's crucial for both Piastri and Norris to remain sharp and focused. As fans, we can't wait to see how these factors unfold in the upcoming races and who will emerge as the champion in this gripping rivalry. Stay tuned as we keep you updated on every twist and turn in this incredible journey. As we dive deeper into the recent Belgian Grand Prix, we witnessed a standout performance by Oscar Piastri, who claimed victory, leaving Lando Norris in second place, 3.4 seconds behind. This race was not just about speed. It highlighted both the strengths and challenges faced by McLaren and its drivers. Stella praised Piastri, calling his performance very, very, very high quality. Despite a minor slip-up during qualifying, he managed to retain control during the race, especially with his tire management. Norris, on the other hand, faced difficulties that seemed to affect his execution. He made a few mistakes, making it tough to maintain his position at the front. Stella emphasized the importance of reliability and team operation in their strategy moving forward. He stated that their ultimate goal is to empower drivers like Lando and Oscar to compete fiercely for the Drivers' World Championship, ensuring their performance is supported by an unshakable foundation. While Norris struggled, Piastri's strategy paid off, showcasing exceptional skill in managing tire degradation over the race. He even noted that his lap time in Q3 wasn't perfect, but humorously suggested it might have worked in his favor. This level of mindset under pressure indicates a maturity that could be key for his continued success in Formula One. For Norris, a P1 and P2 finish at a circuit they traditionally struggled at is a significant achievement, showcasing their growth as a team. Everyone at McLaren is feeling optimistic about the upcoming races, hinting that a constructors' title victory might be just around the corner. The question now is, what do these performances mean for the rest of the season? With McLaren's recent advancements, they are not just contenders. This is escalated. They are likely front-runners in the race for the constructors' title. So, as we look ahead, Can McLaren maintain this momentum? And will we see more thrilling battles between Norris and Pastri? The answers to these questions will unfold in the next chapters of this gripping season. Join us as we continue to track all the action and excitement in Formula One. Lewis Hamilton has made waves in the racing world once again, this time revealing a significant change in his team dynamic. He recently announced the addition of a new performance engineer, stirring excitement among fans and team members alike. Hamilton has been open about his journey and the adjustments that come with a mid-season team switch. While he didn't disclose the name of the engineer, it's heavily implied that this talent comes from Mercedes, his previous team. This connection hints at a blend of experience and familiarity that Hamilton hopes will bolster his performance as he navigates the challenges of the season. Reflecting on the adaptation process, Hamilton acknowledged that the Belgian Grand Prix posed numerous obstacles. Struggling with car performance during the race weekend, he faced a steep learning curve alongside his new engineer. In a candid moment with the media, including representatives from PlanetF1.com, Hamilton shared insights into the challenges inherent in switching engineers mid-season. "It's not easy to switch engineers within the middle of the season," he mentioned, emphasizing the difficulty of the transition. However, he reassured fans that he had a long-standing relationship with the engineer, which he believes will help them gel quickly, despite the challenges they encountered. As both Hamilton and his engineer adapted to the new dynamics, they faced unexpected difficulties due to changes made to the car. This weekend, the duo experienced a steep learning curve that tested their abilities, but Hamilton feels optimistic about their potential. "We're getting used to each other and learning," he said, indicating the bond they are forming as they tackle the upcoming races. The technical changes involved upgrades that aimed to bring Hamilton's Ferrari car in line with teammate Charles Leclerc's setup. Hamilton noted that he was still getting used to these alterations and had managed to make some modifications overnight in preparation for the Belgian GP. Reflecting on this progression, he acknowledged the challenge of immediately adapting to the new car components, which hadn't been tested by him prior to the race weekend. "I made some changes overnight," he relayed, highlighting his proactive approach in light of the upgrades. The complexities of racing are never limited to just the mechanical aspect. They also hinge on the human element of teamwork and collaboration. Hamilton's insights emphasize the importance of communication and familiarity in mastering the rapid changes that come with a highly competitive environment. As the weekend unfolded, Hamilton acknowledged his teammates' success in utilizing the upgrades more effectively. "Charles did, and he ended up using part of it a couple of races," he admitted, noting that while he faced hurdles, his former teammates' acclimatization to the changes exemplified a key aspect of racing: team synergy and adaptability. Such reflections lead us into the broader conversation about performance during the Belgian GP. As the races progress, fans eagerly await how Lewis Hamilton will continue to adapt, grow, and ultimately compete as he integrates his new performance engineer into his racing strategy. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the reactions and implications from the Belgian Grand Prix, and keep an eye on the developments within the Ferrari team as the season continues. Max Verstappen recently voiced his frustration regarding the FIA's decision to delay the Belgian Grand Prix due to rain. While the clock ticked past the scheduled start time, Verstappen reflected on the adjustments made to their car overnight. He mentioned, "We did a really good job overnight to rectify some of those issues. Tweak it, fine-tune it, and the car was so much better." Lewis Hamilton echoed Verstappen's sentiments about the delay, labeling the FIA's action as overreacting. His own experience highlighted the urgency of the situation. "I kept shouting, 'It's ready to go,'" Hamilton recounted. He believed that the driver's visibility complaints were exaggerated, stating, "They didn't need a rolling start." Both drivers pointed out that the conditions were better compared to a previous race where visibility had been a genuine concern. Hamilton expressed that there was a hesitance to restart, indicating that the situation was not dire enough to warrant such a lengthy delay. In the aftermath of this rain delay, Hamilton managed to finish 7th in the race, a valiant effort after navigating through a tough race. Despite his challenges, he stormed back from a difficult sprint weekend, making remarkable progress as he advanced through the pack. The data from the race showcased his exceptional drive, marking an incredible fight back that was dominant in the latter laps. Even as he secured the 7th position, Hamilton was not in a position to challenge Alex Albon, who was ahead of him, displaying the intensity and competitive nature of this season. However, post-race discussions are gravitating towards the FIA's regulation enforcement, especially regarding race delays and driver safety. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how the FIA balances safety concerns with the excitement of racing, and how this brings further narratives into the ongoing saga of the championship. Stay tuned for more updates and insights as we continue to follow the thrilling world of Formula One. Mercedes recently made headlines in response to George Russell's claim that the Belgian Grand Prix was the team's worst performance of the season. After finishing 5th in the race, Russell expressed his frustration and called for a comprehensive sit-down with the team to dissect where their pace had disappeared. At the onset of the 2025 F1 season, Russell looked poised for success. Following several podium finishes and a victory at the Canadian Grand Prix, he was even viewed as a dark horse for the championship. However, his performance took a downturn, evidenced by 2 unremarkable 5th-place finishes and a 10th-place finish, leading to his sharp critique of their Belgian outing. Russell pointed fingers towards a technical directive implemented in Barcelona concerning flexi wings, which seems to have altered the team's trajectory. He noted that following changes made to the front wing there, the team has struggled significantly, stating, "It seems quite strange how we've gone so far backwards." He lamented the car's diminishing appeal and difficulty to drive, revealing that both he and teammate Kimi Antonelli had started to make more mistakes due to the car's reduced stability. Meanwhile, Andrew Shovlin, Mercedes' director of trackside engineering, responded to Russell's concerns. While acknowledging that the team has indeed adjusted various components of the W16 since the start of the season, Shovlin emphasized that the technical directive isn't strictly to blame for their struggles. He noted that prior to the issues, the car was consistently performing well, often competing for top grid positions. Shovlin mentioned that while the new front wing may have affected stability, it wasn't the only element at play. He reminded everyone that the team has successfully managed to secure wins even with the new wing in place. Other teams have seemed to adapt better to changes in regulations, and he is confident that there's a solution to be found within their car's setup. As the F1 season progresses, it is clear that Mercedes will need to address these technical concerns head-on. Russell's feedback highlights not just the struggles of the moment, but also the dynamic nature of racing, where quick adjustments can make all the difference. Fans and analysts alike will be eagerly watching how Mercedes plans to recalibrate their strategies to reclaim their earlier pace and restore Russell's confidence in the car as they move forward. In an effort to recover from a challenging run in recent races, Mercedes is analyzing each modification made to their cars. They recognize that it's not solely the front wing changes that need to be scrutinized. They are determined to address uncertainties, particularly the entry stability issues that have been plaguing the team. The goal for Mercedes over the next few races is to refine their understanding of what's causing this instability. Their technical director shared some optimism, hinting that the team could implement changes as soon as the upcoming Budapest Grand Prix. However, the extent of these changes will largely depend on the availability of specific parts and components. To ensure that their efforts are meaningful, a meeting with the drivers is scheduled to review what adjustments have been made throughout the season. This approach underlines the team's commitment to targeted improvements rather than just tinkering for the sake of change. This past weekend at the Belgian GP proved difficult for Mercedes. Kimi Antonelli's spin during sprint qualifying raised concerns about potential damage to teammate George Russell's car, an incident that could have affected Russell's performance later on. Ultimately, Russell finished 5th, reflecting a consistent struggle to compete at the forefront of the pack. Despite those setbacks, Russell managed to progress through qualifying, but found himself battling midfield competitors instead of vying for a top position. Antonelli faced a particularly challenging day, getting knocked out early in Q1 and starting from the pit lane due to power unit changes. Looking ahead, the drivers will need to find their footing before the month-long summer break after the Hungarian Grand Prix. With upcoming races on the horizon, will Mercedes be able to turn their challenges into triumphs? Only time will tell. The F1 community will be closely watching for updates as Mercedes pushes for improvement. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the developments in the world of Formula One, including insights into team dynamics and driver performances, helping you stay at the forefront of all the F1 action.